We have Mr. Nate Smith joining us on Pure Country. How are you?
So good. Good to see you, Shannon.
You too. Man, I am so excited for you. Let me tell you, been spending a lot of time listening to your new album because you have to sit there and listen. 20 songs is a pretty incredible debut album for an artist. What does that feel? Because, like, not many people drop a debut album with 20 songs on it, but Nate Smith does.
You're gonna eventually start seeing more and more of that. Where people are adding more songs. Like we write a lot, and then the thing is, the reality is with a lot of artists, when you've got like a shorter, like a six song EP and stuff, there's so many songs that you wish had made the cut that deserve to make the cut. So it really allows an opportunity for songwriters to get more cuts, as well as getting some of your favorite songs out there, because there's so much more of your story you want to share when you're condensed down to so many little songs, and it's rough. But getting to do the 20 is going to help a lot, and we will be dropping a deluxe version of this album as well very soon. So there'll be more to come.
That's incredible. Okay. Because I feel like with you, you're in a unique situation because you have such an incredible, dedicated fan base through social media that I'm wondering, was there songs on there that you had to keep going back and being like, okay, this wasn't on the record, but I teased it and now it has to be on the record?
Exactly. And like moving forward now too, like I got to be really selective as to what I tease. Because before it was just like, let's just see this. And all of a sudden you start getting people like, why are you putting that one on? And like, it's all like that. So yeah, there's been a lot of back and forth, and some of those requests from the fans we have recorded. They just don't know about it yet. So
Ooh, okay. Was there a song that you maybe like weren't going to be able to put on the record label, team was like, and you thought, okay, no, I'm just going to tease it and then they won't have a choice?
there's a song called World on Fire that people have been really connecting with, and a lot of excitement around that song,
Yeah.
and a lot of like anger, like why is it not out yet, and all this kind of stuff. But we just started playing it out in shows, the last couple shows, and everybody knows every word. So it's like, how does that even happen?
I have to tell you that my husband and I both felt that anger towards you during the teasing process of Bad
Oh,
Memory. Both of us, like every time you tease a video of Bad Memory, we would both be like, seriously, Nate, just release it.
what a jerk. Uh,
That song is by far one of my favorites on there. And I want to know, is there a song you're maybe most looking forward to hearing like feedback from fans?
yeah, I want to know what they think about If I Could Stop Loving You. Seems like the
My
initial.
favorite song on the record.
That's probably my favorite song too. I love that song so much. It just feels so good.
Why did you want that one to be track number one? Because I always find that so interesting how the track listing is laid out, because there is thought process to that.
There is, and the label's been great about going back and forth and figuring out the order of songs and stuff. But that one in particular, I just because I would create a playlist and I would listen down as the album, and I'd like keep going to these other songs. I'm like, it doesn't feel right. And when I put that one in the first one, it just felt like a good introduction into like what my music sounds like, and like what the songs are about, kind of, and like the heartfelt thing, but still massive, and like arena like and anthemy, because like I want my music to be like anthems. I think that's a big part of it. I want people to sing along and stuff, and I think that's the perfect song to like describe my music. So that's why I put it there.
And it's really interesting because you have a lot of heartfelt songs and a lot of emotional songs. And that was something that I found so incredible about your show when I saw you perform at Boots, was that a lot of people think like, oh, you have to sing an upbeat anthem about drinking beer and partying to get people to engage and sing back. And we're talking like every single song you sang, whether it was like upbeat, slow, emotional, like your fans were literally singing every word to Sleeve. And I just remember that moment being like, holy crap.
To the day, that is probably the most incredible show I've ever gotten to play, and the feeling that I felt, nothing has ever topped that. There's been such incredible moments, and I've been grateful, and I've like teared up at things. But the boot show, like I didn't take my bracelet off for like 2 or 3 weeks. I didn't want to remove it. I didn't, and I've fallen in love with Canada. I really, truly, truly have, and maybe eventually buy a place there. Honestly, I like to visit.
I think Canadians would be very, very happy if Nate Smith decided to cross the border and come hang out. Congratulations. You are playing one of the most legendary venues in Toronto on May 15th, the Horseshoe
You heard
Tavern.
about the Horseshoe?
Yeah. How
Let's go.
incredible is that?
Oh, amazing, amazing. So I think that's the perfect way to do it. And then we'll play that one, and then we'll come back with Dean Brody later in the year and do a show with him. So that's going to be pretty special. And my guitar player, that's one of his bucket list venues, that the one with Dean Brody and stuff, but also the Horseshoe. I mean, that's kind of the one you hear that everyone's like, this is the spot, you know?
Horseshoe is such a cool venue, and I feel like your music is gonna just like soak into that room so beautifully. I'm like
Right.
already planning my May. I'm like, I have got to be in Toronto for that.
I hope we have meet and greets and stuff and all that too on top of it, because I'd really like to meet everybody too. You know,
Yeah, that would
obviously you
be
can come
super
hang
fun.
out,
Yeah, I would love
but
to meet you. We'll
well,
definitely.
you're a friend. You can just come and hang out with us anytime. But
Um, you have had some cool collaborations with like Tennille Towns in the past. I just have to know, is there going to be a Matthew McConaughey collaboration on All Right, All Right, All Right?
you know, one could hope. One could hope. We may or may not have reached out to him.
Okay.
So we'll just have to see what happens. But I think it would be so cool, don't you?
He's so cool. I was like, only like Nate has got to have something up his sleeve, pun intended, with that. Because when I saw track number 2, I was like, all right, all right, all right. Guaranteed something is going to happen in the future with him.
I mean, the song like is a tribute to him in a
Yeah,
lot of
I'm like, we're going to manifest it.
views and all that. So
It's gonna happen.
we'll see.
I have to ask another question about a song in this record because I kept going through and every single song just made me think of something or like made me really listen. The lyrics on all these songs are so incredible. And I know you are a writer and that is something that, you put a lot into. It's not just another song. Like these songs mean
Yeah.
something to you.
Yes.
Name storms after. I literally Googled after I listened to it being like, is there a storm named Shannon? Am I one of these girls?
Is there?
I think there was like way back when. So I think I am one of the girls that you name storms after. But I just have to know, have you ever dated someone and then broken up with them and been like, actually thought to yourself, you are one of those people that they name storms after?
Look, I've been one of those people.
You have,
I'm the
okay.
biggest hypocrite ever. I'll sing something like that, and I'm an actual storm, you know, in some ways. But definitely, I've had relationships like that where I'm like, woo, we just dodged more than a bullet here. I don't know what this is, but we dodged something. So,
Yeah.
but that song, I love that song. That's our show opener. So we usually open
Okay.
the shows with that song. So
Cool. Yeah, I definitely listened to it and was like, 22-year-old Shannon was definitely this song.
you're a heartbreaker. You're a heartbreaker.
Yeah, for sure. I was bad storm like girl for sure. You have been touring all over literally the world and it's been so cool to watch your journey. I have to ask you, is there been like a crazy adjustment for you to get used to this tour life? Because going from, writing music and being in Nashville and living in California to rarely ever being home, what's been the biggest adjustment for you? Because a lot of people think like tour life, it's so glamorous. And I've seen artists kind of being more open about what tour life is actually like.
Yes. Yes. Honestly, it's still a process and I'm still in that process, but I find that when I have things that I would have in my normal life on the road, it can make me feel so. Bringing my pillow, like as silly as that is, feels really good. It's like there's something comforting about it. And like, I don't know, just keeping a routine as much as I can that I have at home and kind of those things sort of play into that. But just it's the littlest things can make you so comfortable on the road, when you got your fresh set of PJs and all those things, your comps. We call them comps,
Comps. Okay, I've never heard that before.
comfies, comps. When
Yeah.
you got all that going on, it can make a world of difference. So, but I'm still figuring out what those things are. For me, always have to have a fan everywhere I go. I overheat really easy, so I have like a little mini fan I bring just to cool down. And
You should give your fans at festivals little like Nate Smith fans.
I think it's great. We need to.
That's a great just
If
a
they all put them up
marketing
close to
idea.
me, I'm like,
Yeah, they hold it at you. You're like, I actually I let you purchase these so you could, give the air to me. 2023, huge year for you. You've already had so many cool things like CRS being one of the new faces, which was so cool to watch happen for you.
that was
So cool. And like such great company, incredible artists that were a part of that. But what is one of your biggest bucket lists for 2023 that you want to check off the list?
Um, something that I haven't,
You've crossed a lot of stuff off your list already.
I think having a top 10 album would be pretty sick. Yeah,
Okay.
that would be great because that would really, that just means that people are connecting to the songs. That means that everybody's happy. A lot of things like that. So I think having a top 10 record would be life changing for me. So we're working really hard to make sure we put the right songs on there and make sure it's getting eyes from everybody. So we're hoping they love it.
Awesome. Well, I like to manifest on my show, so we're going to manifest a top 10 album for Nate
Let's
Smith.
manifest it and just
Let's
remember the
manifest it.
moment.
Yep, absolutely. All right, we will talk about this, a couple weeks after the album is released and be like, see, it happened.
Love you, Shannon. Tell Slow I said hey.
I will, for sure. Thank you so much, Nate Smith, for joining us on Pure Country. Go check out his brand new debut album. Here's Nate Smith.